more details are emerging on what exactly Sony plans to do with Paramount. And since they're the ones that are obviously looking to gain more of the popular IPs over the Apollo group, which they partnered with to come together to put together this buyout deal, we're now hearing that the plan is to cut up and divide all the properties. And well, Sony keeps around half, Apollo Group keeps around half, and they can do whatever they want. So this was reported over the course of this last weekend, and there's been a little buzz in Hollywood, but again, no major development just yet, but that also makes sense. So what we're hearing is that Sony and Apollo will, once they acquire Paramount, once all the antitrust and everything is gone by, that they are going to split up everything from Paramount, meaning Transformers, SpongeBob, everything, Top Gun, TMNT, all that is going to be divided between the two properties. Now, what some people are missing and misreporting is that once the purchase is done, that's when they're going to divide it up. That's not true. They would have had formal talks of who gets what prior to both of them coming together, putting their capital together and moving into purchase. So they already know who's going to take what. Chances are it's already been drafted. The lawyers have looked it over and they're just moving in to do this. And then once they complete it, the announcement would be made. But obviously things are going in a different direction. Sony's not going to own everything. Now, what exactly would this mean? Well, chances are that Sony has a couple properties in there that they see as future-proof, saving our studio IPs. I have no doubt that Sony's looking at Transformers and Ninja Turtles as the key component of this purchase. SpongeBob as well, a couple other things, where they can let Apollo take some of the other films that maybe aren't looking as appetizing, let's put it that way, which then makes things more interesting because who knows what Apollo could do with theirs. For all we know, it could move to another asset. They could sell it to another company. They could license it to Sony for all we know. It's an interesting business proposition that I think is going to be very interesting to watch unfold because there's going to be a lot of stuff that's confusing at first. And then we're going to get the fallout and we'll know exactly what goes where. But I think it's pretty safe to say Sony will bet on the biggest IPs that can sustain them for longer.